Good night, beautiful people. Sapphire Steamy, 6th Queen from Toronto. And well, I'm doing it right now in the night. It could be morning where you're at. So good day, beautiful people. How are you? Just checking in. I haven't done this in a while. It is the smoking section. My people asking when I'm gonna do the smoking section. So today I just wanted to talk about, I don't know, a lot of people been talking about this humble. They want me to be humble. They want me to be humble. So I just like to talk a little bit about myself, about me, Sapphire Steamy, not the image that you see on social media, okay? So I've been humble ever since I could remember myself, okay? When I was 6 years old, I started getting abused by a family friend who, in front of my family, would put me to sit on his lap, okay? And then started coming in the bedroom when I was alone and doing things to me. I dealt with that. It happened until I was 10, so for 4 years. I dealt with people telling me that I'm rude, that I'm lying, that they tell kids the worst things when you tell them that an adult is raping you, disrespecting your body, just whatever. So be it, right? By the time I was 12, I was living with my mom. My mom's husband had some kind of brain tumor. I woke up with him trying to touch me, feeling on my breasts. I tried to kill his ass. They called police and got me removed from the house. I didn't tell the police why I tried to kill him. They didn't tell the police why I tried to kill him. They just told the police I tried to kill him. Like knives and shit, like I stabbed doors. That motherfucker had to run. Like, who the fuck are you? Then one day my mom went out. And he tried to put on a condom, telling me to come have sex with him. And what he's gonna do, he's gonna buy me things that he buys my mom. Yo, I left the house. My little brother at the time was probably 4 years old. He had asthma and I didn't dress him properly. My mom came home and my mom started smacking me around because I took her child out not dressed properly. She didn't ask me what happened. Mind you, I did tell her what happened the first time when the man tried to touch me, and she said that I was lying and that me and my dad had a plan to break her life up. Now, just to let you guys know, I no longer deal with any issues to deal with past abuse. My mom is one of my best friends in the world, and my mom helps me achieve everything I need to do. So I don't want people looking at my mom like she's a bad parent. The fact is, when parents go to the hospital and you get a child, you don't get a manual to go home. The same way if you buy a crib, you have a manual. You buy an iron, you have a manual. So parents will make mistakes with us, but it's not for us to hold grudges our whole life, okay? Now, so I got out of that situation, went to live with a family member when I was 12. At 12 years old, I was living with the aunt. I had a cousin at the time. He was older. I was 12. He was probably 16, 17, 18. I don't remember. That cousin started sexually abusing me. And then he would tell lies on me. I was in a really bad place. That was the only place I could live, okay? Initially, when they took me out of my mom's house, they put me in Children's Aid. Children's Aid was not the best place for me. There were all kinds of other kids there who were doing all kinds of crazy shit. So I went to live with my family member. My family member, she didn't know that her son was abusing me. That was my cousin. That's like my family, like my dad's sister. My dad's sister's child started abusing me and then telling lies on me to manipulate me. And I had to deal with that. And as soon as I was 16 years old, bruh, like, there was a lot of stuff going on in that house. I was basically living in a trap house, okay? There was a lot of stuff going on in that house. And I was basically trapping since I was 12 years old. I would be woke out of my bed because my family didn't want to go make their wops, and they would send me at 12 years old, okay? So I went through all of that shit, and guess what? At 16, I got my money up and I got the fuck out of there, okay? And then my mom had a kid, and I was like, well, your husband's still there. So I moved back to my mom, and I told my mom, if anybody ever touch my sister, I'm gonna fucking kill them. I don't care if they didn't believe about what happened to me. But that little girl that was innocent, nobody was gonna do what they did to me, to her. Okay? So I grew up, I had a lot of anger in me. A lot of people that know me to be an angry person when I was younger, because all of this past abuse had me very aggressive. It had me angry. It had me upset all the time. I would do crazy shit, okay? And then I got in trouble a few times. And I got in a situation where I have an ex. We was about to get in trouble, and he looked at me and he took the fall for everything. I turned around and he said to me, you know what, just get yourself together. I turned around, and that day I had like $5,000 cash in my hand from whatever we was doing that time. I went to the college. I had taken a taxi to get out of the area we were. He was in handcuffs and he was getting taken away by the police. I went to in the taxi to the college, and I was trying to pay them in cash. They said, no, you need a credit card. So from there, I tried to get myself in school. And what I did was I worked with the system, because I realized at that time that me doing what I did, I didn't do it because I was a bad person or a bad child. I did it because that's what I learned. So what I did was I went back, I did community and justice services, and I basically started working with youth, bailing youth out of jail, getting them back into school, getting them into counseling programs. I did welfare for 7 years. But most of all, when I did my course, I did something called victim studies. And victim studies taught me a lot about myself as a victim. It taught me how I thought. It taught me a lot, and I basically healed myself from that. But it also taught me to ask questions. So I asked questions, and I realized my mom was dealing with past abuse. Not only that, she was dealing with abandonment issues from her mother, where she was the outside child. So my mom didn't know how to deal with me properly because she wasn't dealt with properly. So we had to have a really honest conversation about our situation, where we're at, and just start working on it. And I mean, to this day, my mom is my best friend, and we still fight. You know, we still butt heads, but nothing in the world is as strong as the relationship that I have with my mom. And it was actually one day when I was walking into the subway. She was telling me, I did a seminar, and it was downtown Toronto. I was walking into the subway. She said to me, go there, go underground, and you can walk up. And I went, and I saw a vision of someone getting killed. I said, Mommy, it's not safe for women. She said, what do you mean? I said, it's not safe for women. 5 o'clock that morning, she called me to tell me somebody killed their son there. So now she believes everything I say, and she believes in me. So I just want you to believe in yourself and love yourself, all right? And stop telling me to be humble.